Today I want to tell you about 5 of the tools I use on a daily basis as a pre-sales engineer. The first tool that I want to talk about is called DemoPro. This is a screen annotation tool that can help you point customers in the right direction and highlight specific things that you want them to pay attention to when you're demoing. It's extremely useful. I use it on a daily basis and it has saved my life many times when I need to show something a bit more complex. It's dirt cheap, $2. It's a perpetual license, so I strongly urge you, if you're demoing quite often, you need this. There are Windows alternatives, of course. I'm gonna link this list in the description so you can take a look yourself. You can use that there as well. Second tool I want to mention is called Hypercursor, and this is the red circle that you see around the mouse cursor on my screen. This is very useful in scenarios where you are demoing something a bit more complex and you have a lot of clicks here and there on the screen. It makes it much easier for your audience to follow where your cursor is, and they can pay attention much more closely to what you're doing. There are options for Windows as well here, and the Mac version is actually free, so nothing is stopping you from using this. The third tool that I like using on a daily basis is the magnifier that's built in macOS, and you can use that on any Mac out there. It's very useful to highlight specific things that you want your customers to pay attention to. Now, there are alternatives for Windows as well. There is a Microsoft tool called Zoom It. I used to use this when I was running Windows as well. It's pretty much the same thing, so go for it. It's a free thing that you can use on any system. The way that you set it up on Mac is by going to your system settings. You go to the accessibility section here. Then you go for the modifier key to scroll for the scroll gesture, and you set it up for your preferred shortcut. That's it. The fourth tool that I really like using on a daily basis is something that might be a bit controversial, but it's actually PowerPoint. And some of you might say that when you're demoing, you don't need a presentation. I strongly disagree on that. In a lot of cases, you might need a presentation to kind of show a visual roadmap of whatever you're demoing to help your customers be much more aware of where they are in the process of the demo itself. We're going to talk about this in one of our feature videos, but this is one of the things that I am using on a daily basis, and not just for presentations. PowerPoint is much more powerful than you can imagine, and you can use it in a variety of different scenarios. And we're going to dig into that in the future videos so you can see how powerful it is as a platform. PowerPoint is my go-to tool when I'm talking about presentations and visual editing on certain stuff like thumbnails, certain design stuff, even diagramming. It's extremely powerful. The last tool I want to talk about is the operation system itself. I am using a MacBook, but you can basically do the same thing on Windows. And the main thing that I'm using is the multiple desktop setup. In a lot of cases, I need to present something that's on multiple different applications or multiple different screens. And the way I approach that is by pre-preparing those applications in separate different desktops, so I can basically switch between them easily at the push of a button, or even using the touchpad to easily navigate between those desktops. It's much more professional looking than dragging windows here and there and positioning them on the fly. And it's extremely seamless, especially when you get into it and you start building it as a habit. So there you have it. 5 tools that you can use in your day-to-day life as a pre-sales engineer. Let me know how it goes. See you in the next one.